had tried every kind of commercial program, paid, online, everything that there was. And I knew I needed something more personal. I knew some of the right things to do. I needed help putting all those elements together. I did work with a dietitian through my doctor's office and really did not connect. And there was almost a disconnect in working with her. I knew from having worked with you already that we had that connection where we could talk to each other and listen to each other. I know your personality, I know your sense of caring and your commitment to this program. And I think I would tell someone that Ashley is so committed to this, you can't help but be committed to it yourself and go for it. Cooking for one person is the most boring thing in the world. You know, eating by yourself is boring. And so I think I fell into ruts. I think that was my big breakthrough, was trying some new things and not being afraid to find new things that I liked. I'm happier in my kitchen than I used to be. And I never would have thought that. I initially came at this hoping to lose more weight. That's not my focus anymore. My focus is eating right and feeding my body and my soul. And that's kind of the other part is I discovered meditation. Rather than stress eating, I now do stress meditation. I will have a little bit of ice cream, but I have much less of it. You know, like a tablespoon of ice cream will be enough. So
you've learned to savor the flavor and really enjoy it. And that's changed over the course of, even our last 4 months too.
Totally. I now take so much time to slowly enjoy something rather than just gulping down food. It's a different experience. I sleep so much better. And I think, working on my gratitude journal, working on my meditation, doing all those other components that we talk about and other goals that we have, those have made a big, big difference. Taking care of me, that I'm worth it. Especially at this point in my life, I don't need things, but I get to enjoy experiences. And I think that's part of what this is. This is an experience that's important to me. This is an experience that's important to my physical and emotional well-being. This is an experience that's giving me a better quality of life. I need to have structure and schedule in my life, and I'm not good at imposing that upon myself. So having little tasks like my daily journals of my food intake, my mood intake, my poop, all of my little journal things, they don't take a lot of time. And again, it's time I'm spending for myself. Yeah, I think the trust is probably the most important thing. And now you're gonna make me cry. That is, I would just say, give her a chance, because I feel so comfortable talking to you. I'm gonna make a joke of this, but I'm not talking to anybody else about my poop. You're so open. You're such a good listener. You're so caring. And I think you're also so wise in being able to juggle all of us that are in your program and be, individual for each one of us. This is the polar opposite of going to a group meeting and sitting there at a group meeting and having somebody give you a lecture about emotional eating, that sort of thing. And assuming that the other 20 people in the room have the same issues that I do. No, you know, my emotions are different than anyone else's emotions. So my needs for fighting emotional eating or that are completely different than everybody else's. And that's this one-on-one that handles that. I would look back to my way that I justify my fitness center to people who go someplace that's way less expensive. For me, I keep track of how many times a month I go, and then divide those times by my monthly cost and look at it. And it's like, well, that's less than going to a movie. That's less than, you know, renting a movie. It's if you take it and you divide it down by each day, and the fact that if I needed to, I could ask you a question every day. I could ask you 2 questions every day. I could ask you 3 questions every single day. Divide up all of those questions, all of those needs by what the cost is per month, let's, you know, for example, and aren't you worth that? Aren't you worth that kind of an investment? And then the other part of that is, well, if you don't do this and you don't improve your health, how much more is that going to cost you later compared to what you're investing in yourself?